A lot to get to, so let's get it poppin'. All right, 2026. You see on the name of the stream, Breakout, Baltimore Ravens. All right, so who is going to break out this season? You hear this every year, this time of year. Such and such guy is going to do this. Such and such guy is going to do this. That's the optimism and things like that. That's fine. But we're really going to direct you to which players are going to make the next step up. So, like, for instance, Lamar Jackson wouldn't be in this because obviously he's a two-time league MVP. He's as high as you can go. But which guys, young guys, particularly young guys in the roster that are going to go ahead, you're going to say they're going to do better. Maybe some won't. We're going to address a little bit of that. But some guys, who is the next breakout? Who are the next breakout stars? Which guys are going to take the next step for the Ravens here as well? So let's take a look at some rookies as well. The first step, 2026 breakout college starter to left guard, Vega Ione. We predicting it's going to be left guard from everything I'm seeing, that he's going to be next to Ronnie Stanley. It could be right guard as well, because Simpson did play left guard as well. We'll see when camp opens up there. Ione, I plug and play. This is one thing they're definitely not worried about. This was obviously, I think, the best guard in the draft, the best maybe offensive lineman in the draft. So time will tell on that. But Ione, plug and play right away. I don't think there's nothing I've seen so far in camps that we're not going to get exactly what we asked for right away with Vega Ione there as well. Rotational player to rookie, so college, Zion Young of the Mizzou Tigers. I think he's going to get more time than we realize. I do see Tavius Robinson's name a lot. I don't particularly like Tavius. I just can't. I think Tavius is. I think he was working with Jarrett Johnson one year, and I think that's kind of what he is. A kind of a stay-at-home other side of the linebacker. I don't think Tavius has the speed and the talent of these two young guys as well. I think Jerry Robinson, Zion Young, I think could have the opportunity to play every down, but I think he'll be more rotational. He could, even though if he's the first one in. I think what they like right away is his ability to set the edge, his ability to stop the run, his ability to go ahead and read defenses. I think like that. I don't think he's a pop pass rusher right off the bat, so he may come off the field in third down, but I think he'll be in the rotation for sure. I think him and Mike Green will be there along with Tavius Robinson and be in the mix. I think definitely for him as well. Contributor, Eli Surratt. Don't know if that's spelled right. Surratt, I like him a lot. I think he probably is their most talented of the rookie receivers. I actually like him more than Jacoby Lane. I don't know if he'll start. He'll definitely make the roster. He'll definitely be a contributor, at least on special teams. I think year one. I absolutely think it's very possible he could be the third receiver by the year's out. I think he could be the third receiver possibly at the start. We'll see how that looks. We'll see if they bring in a veteran or whatever to bring him in. But definitely, too, he's a guy that's going to contribute, I think, a lot as well. But I definitely think his special teams, he'll absolutely be there contributing with that. Jacoby Lane, third round pick for the Ravens, so definitely he'll be on the roster. I think he's actually, believe it or not, going to contribute more if there's a Bateman injury. Despite what I said about Surratt, I think he's going to play regardless. I think he's going to play more if Bateman doesn't play, because I think he's similar to a Rashad Bateman, where you could put him right in as well. Great hands. You see him in the video there, the picture there, where his hands are up. He's got great hands, great size, not tremendous speed as well, but I think he's going to be great in the short area, great with the 50-50 ball there. I think that's going to be the strength. I think you're going to see a lot of him. These receivers are going to play. I think this is going to be an open competition, especially in camp. You're going to see a lot of these guys. Certainly a guy we're looking for the breakout is Devontae Walker. Very impressive last year. Didn't contribute much only because he didn't play as much, but when he did, I thought Devontae Walker was very impressive. so many years with the Ravens, it's so much like bologna sandwich hype with a lot of their receivers, in my opinion. Um, Guys like Chris Moore or the names are escaping me at the second, but guys middle round guys without like Randy Himes or guys like that or Devin Duvernay or guys. I think there's a lot of hype around that because they don't have a great history of these guys. I can tell you, Devontae was very impressive last year. So I'm more of a buyer here that he's a third receiver. I do think even this is why they haven't signed somebody. They let D Hop go. They haven't really they tried hard. They went to draft because I think they have belief that Devontae Walker is going to be their third receivers. I think Surratt is going to be his big competition for that spot, but I think he right now he's the front runner to hold on to that. I think he's going to play way more than he did last year. Back up to starter, Corey Bullock. He kind of dropped in the depth chart, but I think it's possible. I think the center thing is going to be a real competition. I think he is going to get every chance. They're really going to take a look at these centers. As of this recording, they haven't signed anybody, a vet. So we will see how they do there. I don't know. The fact of what we've seen so far is not good. He's kind of even from what I saw this week. They've dropped him behind Pinner, even though it's still a competition, and Gwen in the depth chart, the early depth chart. Still early. We're still in June here, but we'll see. He's going to get every chance to start. He's definitely going to get every chance to start. I think as well. Corey Bullock. Matthew Hipner. I like Matthew Hipner. I think this guy definitely too is going to be your number 2 tight end for sure. I think Smythe is not going to play as much. I think he's simply going to be a blocker. I think he's going to list him as a starter at the beginning. So I think Hipner, whoever is going to be the guy that's going to get the next amount of catches, one of these rookies is going to be the guy that's get the next amount of catches next to Mark Andrews. Hipner, I definitely think is a guy who absolutely can do that as well. Definitely got the ability. This is going to be interesting here. And Cuevas is the other guy here. Well, these are 2 really good young picks. Cuevas, I think, is more the receiver pure. So we'll see how this plays out in camp. Let's see how Cuevas's blocking come around to keep him on the field and how Hipner's receiving can come around. I think it's definitely a wide open thing. I like Cuevas, though. I really like both of these tight ends here as well. And I do think these guys will contribute a lot as well, both rookie to contributor. Mid-round picks, that it's not going to matter. Roger Rosengarten, I think, is definitely could be on the Pro Bowl. I'm not buying any of this smoke that they're not happy with Rosengarten. I'm not. I think honestly, I think Rosengarten's biggest problem, he's playing next to Daniel Falele. Like, it's just that had to go, man. It just, I don't know what else to tell anybody. Rosengarten, I think, has a lot of potential over at right guard. I think he's very solid over there. I think eventually, I think he could take over at left tackle. We could see that. Stanley has a contract for this year, not this year, but he's definitely going to have a much better play right next to him. So I think that's going to help him a lot. I think this guy can really make the Pro Bowl. I think definitely like him a lot. He kind of reminds me of even the comp where he was drafted, a lot of those 49ers offensive linemen, quick off the ball, Kirk Stratford, Chris Dolman, etc. Those type guys. I think that's exactly what he is. Quick off the ball as well. I'd love to see him now for the first time without Falele. So that's how much better he can be. It seems like a cop out, but it's really not. Like, he really, this is going to help him a lot. Adiza Isaac. I don't know if he's going to play. I don't know if he's going to make the roster. I don't know what's going to happen. He hasn't played, I don't think, much at all since he's drafted 3rd round. I don't know if he's in the Ravens plans. I think he's kind of like David Ajabo was last year. Ajabo did surprise us and make the team. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see how this goes with Adiza Isaac. But I don't know. he's been injured a lot. At least they've said he's been. Like, there's an old meme. Who is Adiza Isaac? Because we really don't know what we have with him as well. I don't think they have much plans for him. They drafted an awful lot of linebackers at this position the last 2 years, and they picked them in the third round. So I think that kind of tells you what they think, but we will see. I think he still will get an opportunity, obviously. And Cat, I think Mike Green, I'm a buyer of Mike Green. I think he does need to get a little stronger, does need to run well, but he's still so fast. Like, he's I really would like to see him work with, in the offseason, a good veteran pass rusher. I think also, too, having Trey Hendrickson here obviously is going to help the whole defense, but it's going to help the other guy on the other side a lot. You won't be able to put 2-3 guys on him like you did last year. That 4 sacks that he had was more than what people think, because he had to do a lot without a lot of pass rush there, a lot of help last year. Now with Trey Hendrickson there, Matabuke back, it's going to free him up a lot. He may not start the game right at the start, but I think he's going to get most of the snaps. I think by the year's over, I think he's going to get a lot of snaps. I think it wouldn't shock me if he gets 8, 9, 10 sacks. Maybe a bit of a hot take, but I still really am a believer in Mike Green as well. Teddy Buchanan could make the Pro Bowl this season. Just got to keep him healthy. Last week I saw him described as a dog. I agree with that. I think he's definitely – now he's going to have to fight off Trenton Simpson, who's about as good as I've seen him play at the end of last year. But I think Teddy Buchanan, as long as he's healthy, I think he won the job for a reason. He's going to play for a reason. I think he's a good fit next to Roquan Smith. I definitely think he's a guy who can shoot the gaps as well. Interesting to see how far he can go. Pro Bowl possible. That's not overcooking it a bit, but I think it's definitely possible if you could keep him healthy. It's absolutely possible with Nate Wiggins. I think Nate Wiggins right now is your number one corner on the roster. I think Nate Wiggins he's a little small, and I think he loses his fundamentals at times. But I thought I saw an improvement in that area from his freshman campaign to his sophomore campaign last year. And now as a third-year player, I think the sky's the limit. I thought I saw a marginal improvement. Just got to keep him healthy on the field. I think he's a little reckless at times, but I definitely think this is the year where we see Nate Wiggins possibly go to the Pro Bowl. And I definitely think he's going to be the number one corner, and they're going to do that. I mean, whoever they're playing, I think he's going to be on the number one guy. I don't think it's Marlon Humphrey. I don't think it's Awuzie. I think they're going to give Nate Wiggins that opportunity to absolutely be the number one corner, and I think he is. I think this guy absolutely has the opportunity to be a Pro Bowler as well. Speed is phenomenal. Speed is just phenomenal of him. There's this distinct difference between seeing him run and seeing a lot of the other corners run and seeing a lot of the rest of the defense run. Great speed. Malachi Starks can get to the Pro Bowl as well. I don't think they handled him right last year. I think Malachi looked okay at the end of last year, played solid. I think there was a lot of issues going on that back end. I don't think they did Malachi any favors as well. So Starks next to Kyle Hamilton, that doesn't hurt either as well. Again, Pro Bowl maybe reaching a little bit high there, but I think Starks, is definitely too. The skill level is definitely there. I think definitely too. You saw the jump of a lot of players from their first, second year. I think that's definitely a case when Malachi Starks. It wouldn't shock me if he made the Pro Bowl, because he steadily improved as the year went on, was able to hold on to a lot of the starting job, even with Louis Gilman is there. Now that Gilman is gone, he's going to play more traditional safety with Kyle Hamilton there. So I think that's going to be interesting as well. Tyler Luke, can he make the Pro Bowl? I think, outside of the obvious, the missed field goal against Pittsburgh, Tyler Luke was just fine last year. I think that's why I felt so bad for him, especially at the end of the year, because that's obviously what everybody's going to be talking about and remember. But other than that, I don't think there was any problem with Tyler Luke. He was fine. They didn't. I would say they're going to have to test him more in. I don't know if it was by design or it just worked out that way, where he didn't take those long field goal attempts a lot. They didn't use him really a lot like they did. They didn't just. So I think that's a thing. But let's see how good Tyler is now. Now he's a rookie, no longer a rookie, second-year player. Training wheels are definitely off for him. There you go. All right. So those are your breakout players for the Baltimore Ravens in 2025, 2026, 2026. So those are your breakout players for the Ravens. So we will see how that goes as well. Which players are going to take the next step? So we're definitely going to go ahead and check that